Congratulations on the completion of chapter 3. Now we're going to move on to the next chapter, which is the chapter on market structures. And today I'm going to give you an introduction on the entire market structure chapter, so that it'll be easier for you to understand the next few videos that's coming along. So the first thing we ask ourselves is, what is a market? So a textbook definition of a market is simply a system or an institution where certain things happen, right? So one of the things that happens is that the people inside this system or institution, they are going to engage in what we call trade. So buyers and sellers will come together and they're going to trade, right? So what are they going to trade? They're either going to trade goods for goods, and this is known as barter trade. I think some of you might have heard this term already. Or that's a more traditional way, right? They can also trade goods for money, and vice versa. So that's like the more modern way of doing things. If I were to explain it in a simple way to understand, I would call a market a place, a mechanism, a force, or a structure. Okay, it is a place, mechanism, force, or structure that determines prices. The price is really important because it determines whether there's going to be trading done and how much quantity of goods is being traded. So the market actually determines the prices of goods and services. Okay, so you got different kinds of markets, right? You're gonna have markets for potatoes, all right? Maybe you got markets for rice, salt, and even sugar. So it's a market for physical goods. You can have markets for stocks and shares as well. And these things are being traded on the New York Stock Exchange, stuff like that, on the stock markets. And you even have foreign exchange rates. Okay, so foreign exchange rates are also determined by the markets. So I'm talking about, how much USD can I get per euro? So that's a form of exchange rate. Well, interest rates are also determined by the markets, and also wages, the amount of money that we pay to workers. So interest rates, just to remind you, is also known as a cost of capital. So all these things over here are essentially prices, right? So the market determines all these prices. Okay, as you can see over here, prices are determined by the markets, okay, through trading activities. So the price that is determined by the market also depends on what the market structure is. Okay, so it depends on the structure of the potato market, the structure of the rice market, stock markets, and even your labor market, okay, which determines your wages. And your exchange rates, because it's a cost of capital, I think you will be able to anticipate that it is determined in the capital markets. Okay, we can also call them the financial markets. So how are these prices determined by the market? How? Well, it's simple. It is determined by a balance. A balance of what? A balance of demand and supply. So once demand and supply has been balanced, we say that we have reached market equilibrium. So when the market is in equilibrium, you're going to get two things. Okay, the first thing you're going to get is the market or equilibrium price. Okay, the market or equilibrium price of the good. So that is where you have the prices determined. And you're also going to get the market or equilibrium quantity. So it is the amount that is being traded in the market. Okay, so how many units of a particular good is being bought or sold, right? Bought or sold, it means traded. As an introduction to economics student, you actually first encountered demand in chapter 2, right? I hope you remember it. So chapter 2 is about consumer theory. So if you understand the theory on how consumers behave, then you will understand how the demand is being derived. So just let me give you a quick run through, a quick recap on how the demand is being derived. Okay, so we're going to talk about deriving the demand for the entire market, because what you were learning in chapter 2 is simply deriving the demand for one individual. So here's where you began in chapter 2. Okay, so you have X and Y, a budget constraint, and an indifference curve. Now imagine the price of X is going to fall. That would bring the budget constraint outwards, and you have a new equilibrium here. So there is a change in demand, which is the quantity demanded, given a change in the price of X.
Thanks for watching a sample of the Quickonomics online learning experience. We hope you've enjoyed it. We believe that true happiness lies in realizing ambitions and dreams. That's why we make our products specific to your needs, simple to understand and captivating, so that you can learn effectively while saving time, realizing those ambitions and dreams. The Quickonomics online learning experience is a range of supplementary lectures, tutorials, and exam solutions in the form of videos, which you can conveniently view anytime, anywhere. Watching our videos before and after your regular lessons at school, we aim to give you joy in learning and build academic confidence at the comfort of your own relaxed learning environment. So how can you begin? We welcome you to purchase Quickie Dollars to redeem the videos for full access to the Quickonomics online learning experience. Thank you for starting with Quickonomics.